Welcome to Pencil Paper Pals.
Hey pals, so today we're going to be creating what I sort of like to call a mindfulness abstract drawing using a marker and colours. And this is something that you can do and you could frame it or you could stick it on the fridge, and it's just a really fun pop of colour, and I actually love doing these. I could do these all day, really. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. Let's go. Alright, so grab your marker and we're going to start by, anywhere on your page, I sort of start on this side. We're just going to draw lines, and then eventually what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to join up from where we started. So I'll show you how to do that. So we'll do it slowly together first. So start anywhere on your page and we're just going to go. Try and sort of keep the lines smooth and flowing around. Don't do too many because whatever we do, we've got to colour in. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to join up with where I started. So once you've done yours, you should have something like this, essentially. So if we take the original reference, you can see the shapes that I've done here in my abstract drawing, like what I've done on this one. So now what you can do is, now that you've done this shape, you can go ahead and decorate it. And you can do it in any way you want. You could just colour each shape a different colour if you wanted. You don't have to go too out there if you don't want to. I'm going to show you some colouring techniques actually today with this one. So I'm just going to start in the middle here with this one. And I think we'll just make this a really nice block of colour. I actually really love this colour. It's like a, I don't know, turquoise I suppose it is. And just like that. And then sometimes it pays to use like colours or colours that complement each other. I love purple and pink. They're my two favourites. And so I'm going to make, I think I'll do a striped one. I might do it down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate the colour of each here and create some stripes that I can then go and fill with the other colour. So now I can go ahead and I can fill the other spaces with the complementary colour, which is purple. And purple actually complements really nice with that turquoise colour too. Or blue. And pink and blue go together well. So the bigger shapes I like to pick, if you start with a light base, like if I start with a yellow for example, so let's colour in this shape here. If I start with a nice light base like the yellow, I can then go and add things into that space over the top. If you start with a dark colour, you'll find it's harder to draw over the top of a dark colour. So when you're planning your drawings or your colour palette of your colouring pages, always remember that if you want to add things over the top, put the lightest colour first. You may have noticed, like when you've coloured in the past, and you've used like a dark colour and then you use a light colour over the top, the dark colour sort of goes onto the tip of your texture and then you end up with like a little mark at the top of your texture. That's what happens when you do the reverse. So mixing a dark colour with a light colour. So now like this, I can put this dark blue over the top of this yellow, this orangey yellow. So I'm going to do some swirls like so. See how easy that works because we've gone dark over light, and just like so. So this is where you can really get creative. The reason I call it mindfulness colouring is when you do it, you can just kind of zone out and just let your imagination take you anywhere you want with it. And you could be listening to some nice music, or you could do it while you're watching telly, or go sit outside in the sunshine. It's definitely not sunny here today. We've got rain today, but it's always fun. So yeah, I've done some swirls on that one. Maybe I love Have you ever heard of cross hatching? I love doing cross hatching, and I'm just trying to think of the best colour to do it in. Maybe, should I do green? No, maybe I won't. I might do blue. This blue colour here. So cross hatching is where you do lines one way, like so, all the way across, like so, and then on the same angle but the opposite way you go across, and that is called cross hatching. See how it gives you this real funky texture? Almost looks like little checks. Oh, I like that. Okay. Now I'm going to draw, if I can find, see on this one here, I did this really cool rainbow thing. I kind of did it without realizing it when I first started. I'm going to do that again, and I think I'm going to do it on this one because that is a really cool rainbow shape. So what you want to do is, I'm going to find my yellow here. So you're kind of going to start with varying colours. So you go yellow, well, I'm going to go yellow, orange, and if I can find my red is here. So yellow, orange, red, and you're kind of going to build your rainbow that way. So we'll do orange. We're going to do yellow first. Like so. And then we're going to do orange. It's probably, oh, I haven't done a very good job of that. It's probably the easiest one, I reckon, to do because you're just doing one line at a time. And I mean, look at my lines, they don't have to be perfect. It can be a bit tricky to do it. When I change direction, oh my goodness, it really does get a bit tricky. Okay, red. And then from red, I kind of like to go, I might go into blues, and then blues can lead into purple. That could work. I don't know, I'm overthinking it, I think. No, I'm not. I'll go into green. Okay, so I'm gonna go dark blue. Sometimes it helps if you're not sure what a rainbow looks like. I mean, there's no rules. You don't have to do it the same way, but if you're not sure, you could always look at a picture, like go find a book on your bookshelf that's might have a picture of a rainbow on it, and you can copy that one. I'm just kind of going I'm almost shading out with colours. So starting with the lighter version of that colour and working my way through. I can go here. So this turquoise colour is kind of a mix of, it's a bluey green, really. So if I put the turquoise here, see that? This will help me then pop it into a green. Now, I think that's my dark. Yeah, I think that's my darkest green. So I'll go over this way. It's cool. Oh no, that's right. I think this is not my favourite green colour. It's kind of a grass green. Into your green. Like so. And see how we're slowly filling up this whole shape. And now from here, I was gonna use pink and purple, but I'm actually not gonna use them because I reckon I can go back from this green into yellow and work my way that way. Just like that. Did you know, here's a bit of a fun fact for you, the rainbow you see in the sky actually is, the colours are formed from the moisture in the air refracting, and it causes an actual, the light refracting through the raindrops in the air causes that rainbow look that you see in the distance. And it's usually when rain's coming over the horizon or it's coming towards wherever you are. I love a rainbow, it always makes me happy. Okay, so rainbow's done. Let's have a look here. What else could we do? Oh, maybe we could do like a squiggly, and then we might do this really cool bumpy shape. It's kind of like scales on a fish. So I might do the squiggly one. Let's save this for the fish. I might do a squiggly one here. So we'll start with a light colour, and I might do this one in maybe the blues. I like the blues at the moment. We might go blue, light blue base. So we'll colour this whole section here in light blue. This This is a pretty blue, this one. Now remember, you don't have to copy what I'm doing. You can do whatever you want. You could use pencils too. You don't have to use textures if you don't have textures. You might find that with pencils, if you are using pencils, it's harder to go over the top with a pencil. So textures are a bit easier if you want to do layers like these. And then we're going to use our dark blue to do some waves. Create this really cool wavy pattern like so. Ooh, I like that. I need to add some more waves, I think, as my shape's getting bigger. And then less waves as I'm going across. Like so. Love that. Alright, what was the other thing? Oh, I was going to do the scales. I might do them here. And you can kind of do it similarly to how we've done the rainbow in like work your scales out. So I'll start with the orange, I think, and we'll go bump, bump, bump. And I'm going to colour the inside of this, like so. And we'll get the green, and we'll go bump, 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 bump. Have I done that the wrong way? Possibly. That's okay. No, this one's right. Is that the one I just used? Oh no, I've lost track. I think it was. Oh no, that was the other one. Oh no, that's all right. I think I did that the wrong way. That doesn't matter. I'll show you how you can fix that in a sec. Watch this. Ready? Take this one. Just go over the top. Look at that. No one will ever know. All right, now I'm going to use my purple and my pink because I love my purple. So my pink's purple. And where's my pink? Here it is. Oh, it's a bit mermaidy. This sort of pattern, isn't it? Like scales, like fish scales, but I'm sure I wonder if there's a fish that looks like this in the ocean. Maybe I'll do red. I like red. Let's do red. Ooh, that's nice. Orange on the inside because that's a complementary colour to red. Orange, like so. Whoop. Oh, love that. And what colour haven't I done yet? Oh, I could do brown. I mean, I've got these two chocolate browns, so maybe we'll do the dark brown first. And then we'll do the light brown on the inside. Quite like that. Looks like chocolate. Chocolate. Okay. And maybe the last colour at the top here. I'm just going to fill it in. I think I might use my good old turquoise. Just fill in this space here, like so. Oh, I like that. All right. And now I'm just gonna go a bit rogue and just fill the rest in. But you can see what we're creating, this really nice abstract pattern. And this would look great in a frame in your bedroom or even just on the fridge. Don't know what to do here. Oh, I know. I do know. I love, will I do it there? Yeah, I will do it here. I'm going to colour this in brown. You might go, oh, brown. Brown's not very exciting. I'm about to show you what I'm going to do though. So we're going to go brown. And yes, it's not the most exciting colour, but when you see, well, I think what I'm about to do is nice. That's up to the artist's interpretation. Because I love dogs, I'm going to make this one a dog print one. So I'm going to do little paw prints. Look at that. That's fun. This is like a doggy themed one. And then I'm going to draw a bone. You never know how to draw a bone. That's kind of how I do them. So you can do like a circle next to a circle and then a long line to do the center of the bone and then 2 more circles at the end. And that kind of creates like little dog bone and little puppy paws. So this is our puppy our puppy themed shape, this one. I have a dog. I have a dog called Tilly. She is my favourite thing in the whole wide world. I've had her for 15 years. That's a long time to have a puppy dog. She's very old now. She likes to sleep. So there we go. We have a doggy themed one. Oh, I really like how this is coming on. And now the last two. Now, what could I do? I haven't done spots yet. Maybe I could do a spot one here and a spiral one here. So for the for the spiral one, I'm actually going to use pink. So I'll do the spiral one first. We're going to colour this whole section down here in. Colour. There we go. Pink. And then I'm going to grab the purple. And we're going to start in the centre. Well, I'm going to start in the centre. And we're going to spiral out. And we're literally just going to keep going until we've filled this whole thing. And what you'll notice is, bonk. See how I've hit the edge? This is where you're going to try and make it look like it almost goes beyond the picture. And then just keep going around. Keep going around. Ooh, it's like a trippy little optical illusion, that one. Spirals, and then what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, spots. What colour should we do the spots? Maybe we'll do turquoise and purple. Remember I said those two go well together? Now, which one do you reckon's the light version out of here? I'm going to do the turquoise base because this will be a darker pigment. This would go over the top, but it wouldn't look very turquoise once it went over the top. I might be about to prove myself wrong. Anyway, we'll do a turquoise base. That's fine. And we'll see. We're experimenting here. We can all experiment together. What do you think it's going to be? Tell me in the comments. All right, turquoise base, and we're going to do spots here. So dot. Lots of little dots everywhere. And we are done. Hey, what do you think? So, now you've got yourself a nice little abstract picture with all sorts of colours. Oh, actually, I forgot to tell you the last bit. So what you can do now is after you've coloured this in, you find that like your black outline isn't as thick as you'd want it to be. You can get your black pen again. Remember, this is the darkest pigment, so that will go over the top of all of these colours. No problems. So you can go and you can retrace over, it's only if you want to, you don't have to do this, and just make the outline either thicker or just darker. Sometimes you find with pencils, or depending on what kind of textures you have, that they can kind of almost dull the outline unintentionally. So some of the textures I've used have done that here. We have gone way off course there. Doesn't matter. So yeah, you can just go along and you can recolour in the outline just to make it pop. See the difference? Now, you don't have to do this, like I said. This is optional. But I like to do this because I feel like it just gives it more of a frame. And I've kind of lost track of what I have and haven't done now, but it doesn't matter. And that's it. So we're pretty much done. Now you can do so many different versions of these, and I would love to see what you come up with. So with your parent or guardian's permission, feel free to share them with me over on my socials at Instagram on Pencil Paper Pals, and I'd love to share them with my audience as well. But great job today, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.